So, let me take you back to one of the weirdest jobs I ever had. I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese. And yeah, I was the rat. The giant, sweaty, nightmare fuel mouse costume that parents just casually let wander around their kids. I swear, there was never a single magical moment in that job. It was mostly chaos. When I wasn't stuffed into the fur suit, I was washing dishes, taking out trash, or scrubbing puke off arcade carpets. If you've never been inside that costume, let me tell you, it's basically a sauna for nightmares. Sweaty, smelly, and claustrophobic. But the worst thing that happened to me, there wasn't the smell. It wasn't even the kids kicking me in the shins or pulling on my tail. It was the day I ran into them. I was walking around the arcade in the suit, trying to wave at kids and hand out half-burnt pizza slices, when I noticed two people, adults staring. At first, I thought maybe I was being paranoid. The vision in the suit was trash. You basically saw the world through two tiny holes in the nose. But every time I turned my head, they were still there, watching me fidgeting, whispering. And the creepiest part, they didn't have any kids with them. Rule number 1 at Chuck E. Cheese: no adults in the play area without kids, period. But there they were, following me. I finally worked up the nerve to head toward the changing room, hoping to ditch the suit and disappear. Except when I got to the door, they stepped right in front of it. That's when I got a good look at them. The guy was massive, like 6'2", roided out muscles bulging against a thin t-shirt, veins popping out, like he was one push-up away from exploding. The woman, barely over 4 feet tall, skin and bones, sunken eyes, sagging face, but she was dressed like a child. Pink frilly dress, ribbons, the works, like some twisted parody of innocence. And then the guy leans down and says, "Hey man, how much for the suit?" I laugh nervously inside the mask and tell him it's not for sale, but then he doubles down. "Nah, let me just try it on, just once." I shake my big foam head. Nope, not happening. That's when his face turns blood red. He looked like he was about to smash me through the skee-ball machines. But then the woman, little girl cosplay, grabs his arm, looks up at me with his horrifying attempt at puppy dog eyes, and begs, "Please, let my daddy wear it." My stomach dropped. I didn't know exactly what kind of nightmare scenario they were planning, but I knew it was bad. I was ready to yell for help when, thankfully, my manager walked up. He instantly spotted they didn't have kids and kicked them out. Crisis averted, right? Yeah, I thought so too. I went back into the changing room, peeled off the suit, and basically drowned myself in ice water to cool down. I was done for the day, or so I thought. I slipped out the back door for a smoke break, and here's where I screwed up. That door automatically locked from the inside, and I forgot to prop it open. So now I'm outside alone, no way back in. And guess who I see rounding the corner? Them. The creepy couple, walking straight toward me with these wild smiles like they'd been waiting for this moment. I panicked, slammed on the door, yelling for someone to let me back in, but it was too late. The guy charged me like a linebacker, slammed me into the wall, and locked me in a chokehold. I couldn't breathe, couldn't even scream. I just saw his veins bulging, his face red, his eyes dead. And then the woman, she pulled out a switchblade, a legit knife, pressed it against my stomach. She hissed, "Take us to the suit." I tried to explain. The door was locked, but she pressed harder until I felt the blade pierce skin. Just a little, but enough to feel the sting and the warmth of blood. I thought I was done. And then by some miracle, the door opened. One of my coworkers stepped out. Their face froze in pure shock as they saw me pinned against the wall, knife to my stomach. The woman screamed at them, "Get the Chuck E. Cheese suit now." My coworker stammered. The woman pushed harder with the knife. I screamed at him, "Just get it, goddammit." A minute later, 3 coworkers rushed out with pieces of the suit, the head, the gloves, the body. They dropped it all on the ground, hands shaking, and just like that, the couple released me. The guy shoved me so hard I nearly hit the pavement. Then they scooped up the suit and bolted. They got what they wanted. I was left bleeding, shaking, humiliated. And the worst part, Chuck E. Cheese fired me. Apparently, that smelly old suit was worth thousands, and they blamed me for losing it. But honestly, I didn't even care about the job anymore. What haunted me was the thought of what those 2 psychos did with the suit after best case scenario. Some twisted fetish thing I don't even want to think about. Worst case, they used it to lure kids. And if that's the case, who knows how many families still have no idea what really happened to their kids that night.